Well, that Truck Series race went better than I expected, to be honest with you. Even though one driver basically almost dominated half the event, that race still felt a lot better than some other truck races where this driver has been able to dominate these races. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching a Truck Series race at Kansas International Speedway. I believe the 6th race in the Truck Series, actually the 7th race in the Truck Series schedule so far. So we're about a third way through the Truck Series so far this year. Just got done watching it, and I have to say, like I mentioned, the race is honestly not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But anyway, let's go ahead and just jump straight into the race review of this race. So starting on the front row in this race, we had Johnny Nemechek and Kyle Busch. Early in the race, it looked like it was going to be Johnny Nemechek and Sheldon Creed who were going to be the two cars that really were dominant, because it looked like those two had the best cars early in the race. They would lead the early portions. But then Kyle Busch was able to actually end up making the pass on John Hunter Nemechek and Sheldon Creed around 5 laps to go in stage 1. And Kyle Busch came off the final corner, and he won stage 1 in stage 1 here at Kansas. We're back racing on stage 2 of this race, and there really wasn't much happening. There's actually some solid race, to be honest with you. It would actually be dominated by guys like Kyle Busch once again, actually led pretty much, and Sheldon Creed as well, also like quite a few laps in that stage as well. Also during stage 2, Chase Purdy had a hell of a save coming off a turn 4. That save was absolutely impressive to watch. It really was not running that good, to be honest with you. You should be running farther in front, but he had a really impressive save, which is really, really awesome to see. But coming off the final corner, Kyle Busch once again wins stage 2 of this race. We go back racing a lap 68 of this race, and we go a few laps, and then the first caution for incident would take place between Carson Hocevar, and it looked like Christian Eckes coming off of turn number 2. Carson Hocevar got a little bit sideways. There was a little bit of contact. Again, I'm really surprised they threw the caution, because Chase Purdy had the same situation. I guess they saw the smoke. I really think they should have kept that green, to be perfectly honest with you. But that would bring out the caution, and this would actually be the caution last caution for quite some time in this race. And then we go back racing, and then we actually would see some pit road strategy, and of course, pit stops were going to happen, because this would end up going into a long run in this race. So we'd see guys like Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch actually dominated a few laps, but he had a bad pit stop and would drop a couple spots back on the restart and really, really fell back in this race. But then pit stops started happening, and there was some strategy going on at this point. You had a couple guys like Johnny Sauter who pit out in the caution lap 71. He was trying to say how to see maybe if a caution would come out, this would change up the outcome of the race. But that caution would really not come out, and with around 20 laps to go in this race, Kyle Busch, actually with around 15 or 20 laps to go in the race, Kyle Busch would retake the lead, and would be between him and John Hunter Nemechek. Or we thought it was going to be between Kyle Busch and John Hunter Nemechek. Instead, we would have a caution that actually would come out with around 7 laps to go in this race. Jennifer Jo Kopp, who was many laps down this race, has stalled out in turn number 4, about to enter the garage. I really don't know why they threw the caution, to be honest with you, but they threw the caution with around 7 laps to go, and this would create the first overtime rule of this overtime line restart of this race. We get back racing with around 2 laps to go. Some people had decided to pit like John Hunter Nemechek. I think Ben Rhodes also pitted. Actually, Ben Rhodes pitted during the next caution. But John Hunter Nemechek and a couple guys would end up coming down pit road, trying to strategize up. Again, those guys were on old tires. Johnny Sauter also had 2 new sets of fresh tires, so he was going to be coming through the field. On the ensuing restart, you had Ross Chastain actually was able to get the lead going into turn number 1. And then going into turn number 2, Stuart Friesen would get a little bit sideways. He got sideways going to corner, going side by side with Kyle Busch. He was coming off of turn number 2, and unfortunately, he would end up clicking Derek Kraus. That was really unfortunate, because Stuart Friesen was having a very solid run, running in the top 10 a lot of this race. And unfortunately, he did not have a shot to contend. He got a lot of damage and would be out of contention to win this race, unfortunately. We then go back racing with 2 laps to go in this race. Meanwhile, like I mentioned before that, Ben Rhodes and Hailie Deegan came down pit road. They were concerned about fuel. Again, Hailie Deegan was having a solid run, really, really her best run so far. So I really don't understand why they decided to bring her down pit road, to be perfectly honest with you. But they would bring her down, and Ben Rhodes, those guys, I think they had scuff tires or fresh tires, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly. But they would end up coming down pit road. And then the ensuing restart happens, and a lot of chaos and a lot of drama happened on the restart. You had Ross Chastain basically tried to come up there and block Todd, basically ended up blocking Todd Gillen. Then Kyle Busch, who fell back because he had issues with basically his transmission, was having problems. He was looking to make a run. Then you had Austin Hill go to the inside. And then going down the front stretch, you had a 3-wide going down the front stretch between Austin Hill, Ross Chastain, and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch would go to the inside, end up passing both of them, and he would end up driving away and end up winning the day before his birthday. Kyle Busch comes off the final corner, and he, after basically losing on the restart, he comes back and wins once again here at Kansas International Speedway. I believe this is a 5th straight win for Kyle Busch Motorsports, if I'm not mistaken. Another thing to note, Toyota has won all 7 races so far here in 2021 in the Truck Series. Compared to last year, where they didn't win as much as they had in previous years, they have been really, really dominant so far. And also, usually when Kyle Busch wins a race, I'm not really happy, to be honest with you. But after what he and Samantha have had to go through, especially over the last couple of years, and really what they've had to go through, especially since yesterday when they made a video about their issues, the issues that they've been having with personally, it's really good to see Kyle Busch win. I mean, would not be mad if Kyle Busch won tomorrow. Again, like I said, I mentioned, I don't like Kyle Busch usually winning these races, but for the fact of what's been going on with that family, I've got no problem with Kyle Busch winning this race. So anyway, let's now go ahead and go through the results of today's race. So Kyle Busch wins today's race. Good job for Kyle Busch today. Ross Chastain finished second. Ross Chastain with Nice Motorsports Equipment put together a very, very strong run in this race. He gets a second place finish. Great run for Ross Chastain today. Austin Hill finished third. Austin Hill apparently was having some issues. Apparently there were like maybe a plug wire or something coming loose in that car. They were starting to have their engine have issues. But they bounced back to third place run. Great run for Austin Hill tonight. Christian Eckes with a top 5 run. Great to see Christian Eckes running up front. Again, Christian Eckes is pretty good here at Kansas. He was running like about 15th or something, but these restarts really helped him. He got a top 5 today, though. Christian Eckes finishes 4th in today's race. And John Nemechek, who looked like he was going to contend for this win, had a tire rub on the restart, got some contact, I think it was with Ross Chastain potentially. He would end up finishing 5th, though. He's been really, really strong to start this year. He currently sits 5th in points. And I believe that his organization and the team gets $50,000 with the road crew bonus. So that's some really good news for John Hunter Nemechek. Todd Gillen with a solid top 10 run. Great run for Todd Gillen tonight. He finishes 6th. Zane Smith finishes 7th today. He ran top 5 quite a bit this race. He needed to have a big, big run today, and he had a very solid run. Gets the top 10, ran a top 10 all race. Great to see the GMS cars definitely stepping up today. Rafael Starr finishes 8th in today's race. Again, Rafael Starr with a top 10. Great run for Rafael Starr today. Johnny Sauter with another top 10. Nice to see Johnny Sauter getting a top 10. And Ben Rhodes finishes 10th in today's race. Chandler Smith finishes 11th in today's race. Bailey Curry finishes 12th, but Bailey Curry got shuffled back on the restart. He was really, really impressive to watch today. Bailey Curry, in my honest opinion, had probably a top 5 or even a top 7 car most of the day. That caution has come out for Jennifer Jo Cobb. He's probably going to finish 7th or 8th place. But he ends up finishing 12th. I honestly think that Bailey Curry should be in a better ride than he is. He really proved how capable of a driver he is. He really outperforms the Mike Harmon equipment in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And I think that he is a very, very talented driver. And he proved that tonight. Finishing 13th in tonight's race is Hailie Deegan, which I believe ties for her best career finish in the Truck Series, if I'm not mistaken. But to be honest with you, I think Hailie Deegan honestly should have probably, in my opinion, gotten a top 10 tonight. She had her best run of her Truck Series career by far, even better than her debut race at Kansas last year. That experience that she got, I know that her finish wasn't great, and it's not that impressive to see her run 13th. She should be running higher than she is. But again, the DGR Crossley trucks, these yard trucks, are not that fast of trucks, even though Tanner Gray was pretty impressive tonight as well. Hailie Deegan put on a really, really good show tonight. She ended up finishing 13th, which sucks because she didn't get the finish that she deserved. Hopefully that she'll start picking up some momentum, and I think that rookie test she had recently really is helping her. I know people say, well, Ty Gibbs won his first start in the Xfinity Series, but you know what? Ty Gibbs is a very great driver. Hailie Deegan needs time. She's a lot of learning and growing to do, and finishing 13th is not bad in my sincere and honest opinion. 13th place for her. She should have gotten a top 10, though. Stuart Friesen finishes 14 after contact. Again, top 15 is not a bad finish, all things considered. But Stuart Friesen honestly should have had a top 10, but the contact lane race kind of cost him an opportunity. Tyler Lincoln finishes 15th in today's race. Austin Wayne Self finished 16th. Grant Enfinger finishes 17th. 18th for Tanner Gray. 19th for Chase Briscoe. And finishing 20th is Ryan Truex. Again, Chase Briscoe getting top 20 for the 0-14. The Roper Racing Organization is not bad, all things considered. But I'll be honest with you, I think the Roper Racing trucks are kind of slow. I think he's giving them a lot of information of what they can improve on. 19th is not bad, though, for Chase Briscoe. Timothy Peters finished 21st, 22nd for Tim Hill, 23rd for Carson Osbar, 24th for Matt Craft, and 25th for Chase Purdy in this race. Again, Chase Purdy should be running better than this, to be in my honest opinion. 26th for Danny Bone, 27th for Brett Holmes, 28th for Derek Kraus. Spencer Davis has finished his 29th in this race, 30th for Jordan Anderson. Dawson Cram finished 31st. I don't know what happened to Sheldon Creed. I think he had issue late in the race, but he finished his 32nd in tonight's race, which is a great shame because Sheldon Creed should have honestly contended for a top 5. I think he had like a fuel pickup issue or something, or I can't remember exactly what happened to Sheldon Creed, but he finished his 32nd. Should have finished top 5 minimum or contended for the win. Instead, he finishes 32nd in this race. Chris Dye finishes 33rd, 34th place for CJ McLaughlin, 35th for Spencer Boyd, 36th place for Tate Fogelman, 37th for Jennifer Jo Cobb, 38th for Jesse Wuji, 39th for Norm Bang, and finishing last in 40th place in today's race is going to be Ryan Reed. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the point standings as well after the 7th race of the year. So John Hunter Nemechek currently has a 33-point lead over Ben Rhodes, who's second in the points. Austin Dillon moves up to third in the standings. He's 78 points back. Sheldon Creed is fourth, 83 points back right now. Stuart Friesen is fifth in the points, 5 points back, excuse me. Matt Crafton is sixth in the points, 111 points back. Seventh place in the standings is Zane Smith. He currently sits 119 back. Todd Gilliland is eighth right now. He currently sits 120 back. Ninth in the standings is Grant Enfinger. He is currently sitting 121 back. And sitting 10th in the standings into the playoff spot is Johnny Sauter sitting 151 back. Chandler Smith is 11th in the points right now. He currently sits 14 points back right now of Johnny Sauter. Carson Hocevar sits about 16 points behind right now. And then Rafael Sard sits about 19 points back right now of the championship. So those are the championship standings. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you the score of tonight's race. You know, for a race that Kyle Busch led a ton of it, he led 59 laps, where Kyle Busch seemed to have the car to beat. I have to say that for a race that Kyle Busch led a lot of laps, I think that this was a very, very solid race, in my opinion. I don't think this has been the best truck race we've seen so far. We've seen some better truck races so far this year, but this is definitely not the worst, and I thought it was a solid race here at Kansas International Speedway. I'm going to give tonight's score of tonight's truck race an overall a 7.5 out of 10. Honestly, like I mentioned, for a race that Kyle Busch dominated and led a lot of the race, I have to say the race was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, especially when I saw Kyle Busch name an interest. I thought Kyle Busch was going to run away with the same. He's my pick coming into this race. But nice to see that Kyle Busch won tonight, especially after what he's gone through. And I'll be honest with you, him winning after what he's been going through is nice to see for sure. Next race for trucks, I believe, is going to be at Darlington, if I'm not mistaken, to start the Triple Truck Challenge. So we got the Triple Truck Challenge that is going to be happening here very, very soon. So, anyway, that is going to be for today's NASCAR race review from Kansas International Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications so you know when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my page as well in the description below for that, and comment your thoughts on tonight's race. What are your thoughts about Kyle Busch winning tonight's race here in the Truck Series? Let me know in the comments below. Give me a little your score on tonight's race in the Truck Series, and congratulate Kyle Busch on winning tonight's race at Kansas International Speedway. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great and awesome NASCAR content. Take care, everybody.